coming closer to the end of our episodes around the world. Now we are in episode 29 already, and now we are presenting hunting in Austria. Austria, the neighbor of our famous German country, has also a lot of animals and game which we can hunt for, starting with a red stag, where they have good areas in the lower plains. We also have the opportunity for roebuck hunting. We can go for mouflon hunting in the areas, and then also they have bird hunting like capercaillie and black grouse. In the end, the most important and most famous hunting in Austria definitely will be the chamois, as you can see here, and you can also go on ibex in the mountains. For the accommodation, normally we use different kind of hotels which are close to the area or even in the area. And then as you can see here, hotels where you have also then your pool and everything, so that you can combine your Austrian holiday for hunting together with a normal vacation with your family, for example. So then let's have some looks at how the areas are looking like. This is an example of the mountain hunting, like for ibex and chamois. As you can see here, quite high mountains where you have really to climb a lot. So the physical requirements are quite high. So it can be sometimes challenging to really climb up the mountains to get really your chamois. Here's a typical situation. So we really climb up on mainly the top of the mountain so that you really can use the glasses to look around to see where are the chamois or the ibex, and then you make a plan how you can approach them. If you have then reached the top of the mountains, then you will look around, you will check where are the chamois, and if you have found them, then you make a plan how to approach them. What you also see here is a typical shooting stick and also walking stick, which you use here because thanks to the high mountains that you have to climb and sometimes really hard climbing, it's good if you have a stick which supports you when you're stalking up the hill. So, and then the other opportunity besides just stalking and looking around is also that we have some potential sitting places where okay, there's specific spots where the chamois normally come around, like on these green areas here, or also sometimes there are paths where they often walk by. And then you can also wait and sit, and if they're coming out and you see the proper chamois, then you can shoot from these special places. If you were then lucky, then you can really come back with your nice trophy. And as you can see here, you have amazing then scenery with the blue skies and the mountains in between, and then you have your chamois. So this is the mountain hunting, what you can do in Austria. The other thing is hunting in the lower lands, and this is more than for things like mouflon, red stag, and roebuck. And then you see here a lot of grass and forests. This is an example of a red stag from the area, and it's the typical area where you find them. So they're normally close to the forest, but then they're coming out in the morning and in the evening to really feed on the fresh grass to get the food from themselves. Yeah, this is also an example of a high seat that we have in Austria, and this is normally used for the driven hunts. So you see here very open area, so it's perfect suited for the driven hunt. But of course, we can also use it for the targeted single hunts on the trophies. And you also see here a red deer passing by, which could be then hunted from the high seat. Yeah, and then finally, if you're lucky and you got your red stag, then you can get a trophy like what you can see here. As you can see, a lot of points. This is typically if you hunt them in the fenced area. So the ones we have seen before is more like the open range, and this is more the fenced area where they have really these lot of points. Another example also looks more like a New Zealand stag, and this is also what you normally more get in the fenced areas. Yeah, and that's it for my short presentation on hunting in Austria. Really very nice hunting also there, and especially for the chamois. Austria is really one of the most famous countries next to Slovenia for the hunting of chamois.